Imagine the tension on the high seas when a Russian pilot, against all odds, finds himself forced to land on a NATO aircraft carrier. How did a situation arise, and what does it mean for global military relations? This unprecedented event has left military experts and international audiences stunned. Military aircraft from multiple nations frequently patrol the skies over the Baltic Sea. With tensions often high, encounters between Russian and NATO forces are not uncommon. However, what happened on that fateful day took everyone by surprise. The Russian pilot, flying a Su-27 fighter jet, was on a routine mission. But mechanical failure soon turned a routine patrol into a life-or-death situation. As his jet struggled to stay airborne, his options dwindled rapidly. Meanwhile, a NATO carrier group, led by the USS George H.W. Bush, was conducting joint exercises in the region. The pilot had a difficult choice to make: risk crashing into the sea or attempting an unprecedented landing on a NATO vessel. With limited time and fuel, the Russian pilot decided on a risky maneuver, requesting an emergency landing on the NATO carrier. It was a move fraught with danger and diplomatic uncertainty. What would the response be? The NATO carrier's crew quickly evaluated the situation. Despite the geopolitical tensions, the decision was made to assist the distressed pilot. Humanitarian concerns took precedence over politics. The deck was cleared, and the carrier's crew prepared for an unorthodox and potentially dangerous landing. The pilot skills and the professionalism of the NATO crew were about to be put to the ultimate test. As the Su-27 approached, the tension on the carrier was palpable. The Russian pilot had limited experience with such a landing, and any mistake could lead to a catastrophic accident. The NATO crew guided the pilot via radio, offering precise instructions to ensure a safe landing. The carrier's arresting cables, designed to stop jets landing at high speed, were ready to catch the Russian aircraft. With a roar of engines and a collective breath held across the deck, the Su-27 touched down. The pilot managed to hook the arresting cable, bringing the jet to a dramatic halt. Applause erupted on the deck as the situation, for now, was under control. Once the aircraft was safely on deck, NATO personnel escorted the Russian pilot from his jet. The situation was tense but calm, with both sides aware of the delicate nature of what had just occurred. The pilot was taken aboard for medical checks and debriefing. NATO commanders communicated the incident to higher-ups, knowing it would quickly escalate up the chain of command. This was not just a military event, it was a geopolitical one. In the hours that followed, the carrier's crew inspected the Russian jet. Understanding its condition was crucial, as it could offer insights into what caused the emergency and how to proceed diplomatically. NATO's immediate response was one of professionalism and restraint. They issued statements highlighting the humanitarian nature of the incident, emphasizing their commitment to aiding those in distress, regardless of nationality. Behind the scenes, diplomatic channels buzzed with activity. NATO sought to de-escalate any potential misunderstandings, making it clear that their assistance was based on international maritime and aviation laws. Meanwhile, political leaders across NATO member states prepared for the inevitable questions from the media and public. The narrative had to be carefully managed to avoid escalating tensions with Russia. Russia's initial reaction was one of concern mixed with a degree of defensiveness. The incident was portrayed as a technical mishap, and the Russian government thanked NATO for assisting their pilot. However, within Russian media and military circles, questions were raised. How had a state-of-the-art fighter jet encountered such a severe malfunction? Was there more to the story than was being shared publicly? Russia's military leadership emphasized the importance of their pilot safety, but also hinted at the need to understand the full circumstances of the event. This hinted at a deeper investigation into the cause and implications of the incident. After recovering from the ordeal, the Russian pilot gave a brief statement. He expressed gratitude for the assistance he received and acknowledged the professionalism of the NATO crew. His account provided insights into the critical moments leading up to the emergency landing. He spoke about the mechanical failure, the decision-making process, and the relief upon landing safely. For many, his story humanized the incident, reminding the world that at the heart of this geopolitical event was a life-or-death situation faced by an individual doing his job. Military aircraft, while highly advanced, are not immune to mechanical issues. The Su-27, although robust, had experienced a failure that could have had fatal consequences. Investigations into such failures typically focus on maintenance records, pilot reports, and any potential design flaws. In this case, the Russian military would need to understand what went wrong to prevent future incidents. This situation also highlighted the broader challenges of maintaining an aging fleet. As newer aircraft come into service, the balance between modernizing fleets and maintaining existing jets becomes increasingly complex. While handled professionally on the ground, the incident had broader political ramifications. It raised questions about the state of military relations between NATO and Russia and the protocols in place for such encounters. Some saw it as an opportunity to foster dialogue and cooperation. Others, however, viewed it as a potential flashpoint that could have escalated under different circumstances. Diplomats worked to ensure that the event was seen as a one-off emergency rather than a symptom of deeper tensions. The focus was on transparency, communication, and maintaining stability in the region. This wasn't the first time an aircraft from one nation had been forced to land on a carrier from another. Historical precedents exist, often during times of tension or conflict, where such incidents were managed diplomatically. Reviewing these historical cases provided context for the current situation. It showed that while rare, such events had been navigated before, often cooling tensions rather than escalating them. Understanding these precedents helped frame the incident within a broader narrative of international military encounters and the importance of maintaining open lines of communication. The media response to the incident was swift and varied. Western media outlets highlighted NATO's professionalism and the humanitarian aspect of the rescue. Russian media, meanwhile, focused on the pilot's bravery and the technical aspects of the jet's failure. Public perception was shaped by these narratives. In NATO countries, there was a sense of pride in the military's response. In Russia, there was a mix of concern over the jet's failure and respect for the pilot's actions. The incident became a topic of discussion on social media, with experts and enthusiasts debating its implications and what it meant for future military encounters in the region. International aviation and maritime laws played a crucial role in how the incident was handled. These laws are designed to ensure that even in times of tension, there are protocols for assisting those in distress. NATO's response was guided by these legal frameworks, ensuring that its actions were in line with international standards. This helped de-escalate the situation and provided a legal basis for its actions. Acknowledging the role of international law helped Russia frame the incident as a technical emergency rather than a political or military provocation. It underscored the importance of these laws in maintaining peace and order. After several days aboard the NATO carrier, the Russian pilot was transferred back to Russia. The handover was conducted with a focus on diplomacy, ensuring that the process was smooth and respectful. Upon his return, Russian authorities debriefed the pilot. His insights were crucial for understanding the incident and ensuring that any lessons learned were incorporated into future protocols and training. For many, his safe return marked the end of a dramatic chapter, but for military analysts and diplomats, it was the beginning of a deeper investigation into the event's implications. In the weeks following the incident, NATO and Russia made a noticeable effort to maintain a calm and measured approach. Statements from both sides emphasized the importance of de-escalation and communication. This incident became a talking point in diplomatic discussions, with both sides exploring ways to prevent similar situations in the future. It served as a reminder of the delicate balance required in military operations near contested areas. While tensions remained, the incident also highlighted the potential for cooperation, even in unexpected circumstances. It provided a blueprint for managing crises and reinforced the importance of established protocols. The incident offered several lessons for both NATO and Russian military forces. It underscored the importance of maintenance and readiness, the value of clear communication, and the necessity of adhering to international law. For NATO, it was a testament to their preparedness and ability to handle unexpected situations with professionalism. For Russia, it was a reminder of the challenges faced by their military hardware and the importance of pilot training and support. These lessons would be analyzed and incorporated into future training and operational planning, ensuring that both sides were better prepared for any similar incidents. As military technology advances and geopolitical tensions fluctuate, the likelihood of unexpected encounters remains high. This incident was a reminder of the unpredictable nature of military operations and the need for robust protocols. The lessons learned from this event will likely influence future military encounters. Both NATO and Russia will refine their procedures, ensuring that they can respond effectively to emergencies while minimizing the risk of escalation.